This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Your games in my closet. Sorry.
Welcome, everybody, to Between the Ropes here on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am Crispy Bacon, here with Big B. How you doing, Big B?
No, I'm doing good. Started off the New Year's just sitting at home. Got to watch some SmackDown. Got to watch Raw. Can't wait to break those down and get ready for what's upcoming for wrestling. So
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting year for WWE and all the wrestling promotions. But you wanted to bring something up before the show.
Oh yeah. So I just want to send my thoughts and prayers out to a local wrestler who tragically passed away the other night over the weekend, I believe. Yes, there it is. Lily. She wrestled in many Midwest promotions, especially in MAW, which I frequent a lot. She was half tag champs in AWF with her husband, The System. I just want to send my thoughts and prayers out to Lily, her family, the System's family, all the wrestling promotions, everybody she worked with, and all the fans. She will be deeply missed. Definitely lost one way, way, way too soon. So yeah, rest in peace there, Lily.
Yeah, it's always sad when somebody passes, and especially if it's an industry you follow. And
Yeah. She was always she always had a smile on her face every time I saw her. Definitely got along, listening or reading about, all her stuff that, it seemed like she got along with everybody that she worked with, just a great spirit. So yeah, definitely a hard one.
Definitely, and she will be missed.
Yeah.
As for what's going on in WWE, where do you want to start? SmackDown last week? Or?
Yeah, we can start with SmackDown. They kicked off the new year, so give us the card, Chris.
First 3 hour of 2026. We don't know if it's temporary or permanent. Some say temporary, some say permanent, but I think it was a good start for 2026.
I think it'll be one of those changing things where it all depends on the content. I mean, if they get the ratings and stuff, it'll stay 3 hours. If it doesn't get the ratings, then they'll cut it back to 2. So
yeah. But I mean, it was a good card because we started out with The Miz, who pretty much hijacked the show, talking about how John Cena has retired and now it's, basically all about him. We had a returning Randy Orton, and he gave Miz not one, but 2 RKOs.
After he faked one too. So, this was actually a good opening, good promo. I mean, first promo of the year. So far the best promo, but I thought I wasn't thinking Randy and Miz are going to team up, but I think that would have been a good tag team. We know Randy's, career's coming to the end. Miz has kind of been hanging around, so it'll be interesting to see if they get a feud out of this or a match or two, in the next coming weeks. But good to see Randy back delivering those RKOs. Miz, he's great on the mic, so definitely, he's definitely one of the top mic talkers on there.
Definitely a good way to start things off. And then for Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss, they all had a good New Year as they won against their opponents, the tag team champions, the Kabuki Warriors, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend.
Yeah, that was a good match. Definitely the women's division has come a long way. Definitely like the teams that they're putting together. I've said it before, Lash Legend and Nia Jax, if they can be booked right, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. I would put money on they'll get the tag titles sooner than later. So, but outside of that, a great match.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. I know it's young. I know the year's young. We're 5 days in, or at this point in WWE with SmackDown. We're 2 days in, but I didn't have this on my bingo card. So Kit Wilson basically had his own open challenge. No title required, but he wanted a match. The general manager said, "I'll give you a new opponent." That new opponent, not new to the company, but new to Kit Wilson, as it was Matt Cardona, returning to WWE, back to WWE. He is signed to SmackDown.
Yep. No, great signing, great surprise. I didn't have it on my bingo card either. You could have gave me 10 chances to put it on there, and I would have said there's no chance. Good return. I kind of hope they push Kit Wilson a little bit. I think he's got some good talent. It might be one of those where maybe they drop him back down to NXT for a little bit, get him some push down there, or maybe they push him over to do some rivalries over in TNA. But I kind of hope he gets a push here in the mid card spot. So, but glad to see Cardona back. It's probably something he's been wanting to do for a little bit. I know he said that he likes the indies, but you got to tell me money talks. So, WWE probably paid him a nice little penny to go travel with his wife. So,
Definitely. And he was indie champ in a couple promotions.
Yeah, but I think he has dropped those titles. Yep.
He has, yeah. I think the day after he appeared on SmackDown, he went to social media and said he was going to drop them.
Yeah.
We had a promo by Sami Zayn. First one of the new year, basically, given his New Year's resolution, as he was saying he was in the stands during Cena's last match with his kid. And his son's like, "Why don't you have a world championship? You have all these titles, but you don't have this one." So once again, he's coming after the WWE or really any kind of world championship. That's his New Year's resolution, as it is every year in WWE.
Yeah, I think they'll put it on him. Maybe not this year. Maybe if they do, maybe towards the end of the year. He's probably going to be one of the favorites to win the Royal Rumble. I don't know. I just don't see him as a big champion. Definitely not a long running champion. Maybe something like Xavier Woods. Not Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston. When he got that title, just okay, let's put him on him so he has the title. Then will rip it off of him quick. But he's not a believable champ. I'm sorry for all those Sami Zayn fans.
Yeah. And then also during his promo, I guess you could say his first challenger coming up in the new year is Trick Williams. He cut into the promo and, not officially, but kind of wanting to challenge Sami Zayn.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a good kickoff to Sami Zayn's run. I mean, Trick, rookie or not, I mean, I know he's been in NXT, but on the main roster, he's a rookie. Trick's got definitely the sky's the limit for him. I could see him having a couple different title runs, possibly holding all the major titles down the road, but it'll be interesting to see Trick and Sammy how they work together if they put them in a little feud for a couple matches.
Yeah. That's going to be an interesting little feud here. We had the United States Open Challenge between Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes. The question is, for many fans, that watch SmackDown, is will Carmelo actually win the title? He's been after it for a couple weeks since the Open Challenge has been a part of SmackDown. And now he got his wish. They put the belt on Carmelo Hayes.
Yep.
But it was a good match.
Yeah, that was a good one. Wasn't that the last Raw of 2025, or was that actually?
No, this was the first SmackDown.
Okay, because it was pre-taped. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm glad Carmelo got the title. I definitely think he's gonna hold on to it for a while. Let's see if he keeps the Open Challenge up. I know there's a lot of people itching to get a title shot. So
there is. Next, you had the promo between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, continuing setting up their 3 Stages of Hell match this coming Friday, this week, live on SmackDown. We'll get to more of that later, but the matches that Drew laid out for this stipulation, first one is going to be a traditional match, for first fall wins it. Then we're going to go to, I believe it's Falls Count Anywhere.
Okay.
And then we're going to get to the steel cage. If we're tied.
Yeah, we know it's going to go 3 falls. I would guess that the first 2 are going to be semi-quick, and then the cage match will set it off. I'm assuming they're going to go all 3 right in a row, so it'll be the main event. So
the only time they'll get a chance to breathe is during the steel cage match.
Yeah, I think Cody's probably going to win that one 2 out of 3. Maybe a little shenanigans, who knows? But I don't see Drew winning. But again, WWE does some strange things, so we'll see where that goes. But it should be a good 3 matches.
Yeah, and then Drew McIntyre continued to poke the bear, so to speak, and burn a picture of Cody and his father that Cody had. They're really pulling out all the stops for this match.
Yeah, I think you got to. I mean, AEW's been pulling out some deep storylines and stuff like that. So I think WWE's just got to, I hate to say copycat them, but that's what they got to do. But definitely, they are poking the bear. They're pulling out all the stops. I mean, it'll be interesting to see if Cody says something next week before their matches, or it'll be probably a good old slobber knockers. JR would say.
It definitely will be. We talked about the U.S. Open Challenge match, where that title was up for grabs. The women had their match between Julia and
Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green, yeah. And Julia surprisingly won the match.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think it was a little surprise. I mean, you can't go into every title defense or every show having multi titles and nobody changes hands. I was kind of shocked there a little bit. Chelsea Green's been a hot commodity. Her and Ethan Page hold the mixed titles for AAA, I think it is. So we'll see. She'll probably get her title rematch, and hopefully they don't pull it off of her too quick. But we'll see where that goes.
I wonder, one, it's because they're trying to right the wrong, with Chelsea or with Julia. How her reign wasn't as good the first time.
Yeah, I mean, they could definitely be trying to right a wrong. It wouldn't be the first time that WWE's done that, where they try to write something, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, if it's a longer title run, then yeah, it was something that they probably needed to do. So
yeah, but who knows? And then our main event, which was a heck of a match. You had Damian Priest taking on Aleister Black, or Malachi Black, sorry. And, in the first ever SmackDown edition of an ambulance match. They've done these matches a handful of times, but never on SmackDown.
Yeah. No, it was a good match. I mean, you talk about pulling all the stops. I mean, they sure did. If you watch when they started bringing the ambulance in, you kind of saw Rhea sneaking in, so you knew she was going to get involved. Yeah, you pull it, you see somebody kind of crouching down. So that wasn't too big of a surprise when she showed up, but it evens the sides a little bit. But no, they put on a great match. They pulled out all the stops. I mean, I don't know what else they could have done to make that more watchable or entertaining, but yeah, they definitely got their money's worth on that.
They definitely did. Like you said, Rhea appeared in the match, kind of evened things out a little bit.
Yep.
It was a good match for their first time on the main roster.
I would definitely like to see them do another tag match with them somehow, but we'll see. But I don't think Rhea's done with Vega yet, so maybe we get a one-on-one match with them too. But I definitely like to see them four back in the ring.
I do too. And one thing before we switch over to Raw, it was reported, I think this week, that Tommaso Ciampa, when his contract ends, he will no longer be with WWE. He's not going to resign.
Okay, well, we always see those reports when contracts come up. Will he resign? Will he not? Money talks. If he does leave, if I'm AEW, I kind of get in his ear and try to bring him over. But again, if I'm WWE, unless I don't have any plans for him, I try to keep him in the fold. So,
but you gotta remember too, he's been, in WWE for a while and has had, a lot of big injuries. So
yeah,
if he is gonna stop, maybe it's because of that.
Well, yeah, if he stops, I mean, you definitely are gonna chalk it up to injuries. You know, maybe he takes a year off to kind of fully get rehabbed and then make his decision. I mean, there's no written rule that once your contract ends, you got to sign somewhere else or you got to re-sign up. Take your time. Maybe go on the indie scenes a little bit. Get your name out there a little bit. So maybe that's what he does. So
Go the Cardona route a little bit.
yeah.
I won't mind that.
I mean, work your own schedule. Work when you want to work.
True. Tonight was the first episode of Raw for 2026. The
1 year anniversary. Yep.
Yeah, anniversary of Raw on Netflix. And things got a little strange as it was the crossover event between Netflix's Stranger Things and WWE, which was kind of cool the way they did all of that.
Yeah, I mean it was a good mix. It was a good tie-in. I think I saw one of the actors that are on there holding the belt. That looked pretty cool.
That was a former ESPN reporter.
Was it? Okay.
She was promoting a show that she will be hosting on Netflix.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well, yeah, she had a cool looking belt. But yeah, so Raw was overall good. Definitely for the 1 year anniversary. For those that didn't watch, not going to try to spoil it, but nothing out of the ordinary happened. So
no, we'll get to that too. But we did start out with the women's tag team championship match between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors. Asuka and Kairi Sane. And it was a good match. It was a good way to start out the new year for Raw. And I think Rhea Ripley and Io Sky won their championship.
They did. They won. Great match. Great opening match. This definitely could have been a pay-per-view style match. Hopefully they run it back. But I think we're going to see number one contender match come up. Charlotte Flair and Alexa's going to want to get it a little bit of it. Lash Legend and Nia Jax are going to want a little piece, but definitely, well deserved for Io Sky and Rhea. Like that team. Hopefully they stick around for a while. But yeah, definitely a good opening match.
Yeah. Then we had good old Gunther. He's still riding the high of, being the last opponent for Cena and how, Cena tapped out. You can put any words you want in that.
Yeah.
But AJ Styles did not like the way, Cena or Gunther has been treating the, victory lap. And sets up a match for next week between those two.
Yeah, no, Gunther's getting better at cutting promos. AJ definitely came out and like you said, set up the match for next week. I think it's going to be a good match. We'll see what AJ's high flying and Gunther's brute strength, and we'll see what kind of match we get up. I mean, I definitely think we can definitely get a good match there. And look who finally showed up.
Yes.
How's it going?
How you doing?
Doing okay, Kevin. How you been?
I was sorry I was running late. My roommate gave me some memorabilia. I'm about to send you some pics here in a little bit, Brandon, of it. You're gonna be very impressed with what I just got.
All right.
So
gotcha.
What do you think of SmackDown from last week? We kind of brought that up.
To be honest, I don't fully remember it. You're gonna have to run me through it to refresh my memory. I'd have to.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris. Run them through the card
Yeah,
again.
we had the ambulance match that for the main event. We had the open challenge where Carmelo Hayes defeated Elia for the U.S. Championship. Julia won the women's U.S. Championship from
I remember that one. Yeah.
Chelsea Green. We had Sami Zayn cut the promo where Trick Williams interfered and wanted a match, basically.
Miz cut a promo to start the show, got RKO'd twice by Randy Orton.
He did.
I remember that one too.
Yeah.
After wanting to be called Miz KO.
Yeah.
No. Don't call it that.
Now that you refresh my memory, yeah, I know overall a great show. I'm glad Carmelo Hayes is continuing to keep his title. It's well deserved. Like I said last time when he won the championship to begin with. And then it's good to have new talent like Trick Williams joining. I'm pretty sure he's full time now. I think.
Oh yeah, he's
so
up there.
Good. Yep. Which is good to have another front runner for titles and new face, younger talent.
Yep.
So it's good to have that. I'm a big fan of Julia. I'm glad she got her title back. I was never a big fan of Chelsea Green for some reason, so glad to have the title back, the champ's hands.
What do you think of Cardona coming back?
Honestly, I was hoping it was just for the tournament, to be honest.
Technically he did.
Yeah, but now he's back. I'm pretty sure he signed his contract, didn't
he? Yeah, he did.
So I don't know. I mean, it's going to be hard to keep up with the talent they have now. They got so much stronger talent and so much better talent, and like Brandon's been saying, like WWE doesn't know what to do because they have all this young talent and they're not using them because they have all the old talent. Well, you're just signing 2010 WWE back. You know what I mean? Like what about Obafemi? What about Javon Evans?
Coming.
All these other guys that need to be full time WWE. Instead, you're signing Matt Cardona, who's going to be like an R-Truth. I feel like he's just going to go on there and get his butt kicked every time he gets into a ring.
I don't know about that. I mean, he's going to lose. He's going to lose his share of matches, but I think they're going to push him for a little bit and probably get him in the U.S. title picture and maybe show up on NXT because Green and Ethan Page are the AAA mixed tag team champions, so he might get involved in that a little bit. So we'll see where he goes.
I mean, the question is, do you just have Matt Cardona get retired by Gunther too, since you're pushing him in the Legend Killer 2.0?
Yeah, you still have to get through one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got Brock Lesnar that he's going to retire at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Well, first you got to get through somebody else too.
AJ's next week. So.
Yeah, AJ.
Yeah.
Man, I think one of AJ Styles' best matches, and he lost, and it might sound biased, but I think honestly one of his best performances was the Graveyard match against The Undertaker at WrestleMania. That was such a good match.
That's definitely something we'll have to talk about when we get down to AJ's final run on his top matches. So because we know it's coming.
But do you think he does the same thing like Cena, where it's he does a year and retires it?
Yeah, I think his last match will be on TNA.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's where he came from, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think one of his last matches will be in TNA.
Let's get an OC run again.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
OC is in MLW, I think, or GCW.
Yeah, they're doing some local stuff, so or indie stuff. So yeah,
And you gotta get Michin back in it.
Isn't Michin with WWE or no?
Yes.
I think he's hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But no, we were going to SmackDown, or I mean Raw. I mean, we just talked about Rhea and Io Sky defeating the Kabuki Warriors for the women's tag team championships. You happy about that?
Yeah, you know what? I actually am because, when we were doing our awards show, I debated making that my tag team of the year. And the reason I didn't is because they really didn't do anything. They just fought people off. They wouldn't win any titles or anything. But I really like that tag team. I like that tag team more than I like the Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair. But
Oh,
I do. I like it more than that, even though Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair work really good together. I think the bond that Rhea and Io Sky have is good, but at the same time, I could see like a backstab by one of them.
oh yeah,
I could see it. Watching WWE long enough, it's that's what WWE does. They ruin the good things.
Yep.
But yes,
sometimes
I'm
they do.
happy. I am happy with the outcome as of right now.
And then we had Gunther in his promo to AJ Styles. AJ Styles didn't like how Gunther was treating the whole situation about Cena's last match and how Gunther did that. And now it's pretty much set up a match.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like what they're doing with Gunther. I mean, obviously it's what they're going with, or the storyline and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But like, man, you're just putting over these people like it was nothing. It's almost like you made it too easy with John Cena, even though
yeah.
the smile with John Cena was hilarious and everything. But I just I don't know. Why would they end his career by him tapping out and everything like that? I know he hasn't tapped out, what was it, his entire career? He's never tapped out, and then you make him tap out, and then he laughs about it. I don't know. I just confused about it. They should have, staged it a little bit better. They should have made the storyline, ending a little bit better.
Yep.
I don't know.
But
I didn't like that match in particularly. I think they're gonna do the same thing with AJ Styles. They're gonna put AJ Styles over. They're gonna have him lose to Gunther, and I think it's gonna end in chaos, and it's just gonna be a year of Gunther getting yelled at by everybody for how he's taking people down.
yeah, but I think too, Cena wanted his match or the final moment, the way it happened.
Like I said, I'm just confused why he smiled when he tapped. I didn't understand it. If that's
I
how you
don't think
wanted to go,
anybody
you should
did.
have just. Yeah, you should have just passed out and got tapped out that way.
Yep.
Instead you just smiled and tapped out. It was weird,
when
confusing.
he sat down with Cody, he explained it all
I didn't
about
get
it.
Oh, did he?
I didn't get to see that
I'll
part.
have
Yeah,
to find that.
Yeah,
he
I'll have to watch it.
basically said that moment was saying, his career has passed on. The character died,
Oh.
and he was content with it.
Oh, okay.
That's why he smiled.
Hmm.
Basically, long story short.
Okay.
You had Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch, I guess you can say, feels vindicated as she won the Women's IC Championship back. Good decision, bad decision. Anybody?
I'll have to say it's both. It's a bad decision and a good decision. I think it's a bad decision they didn't give Maxine Dupree a longer title run. I think she's earned it. She's shown that she has some good ring work and been practicing.
Right.
It's a good decision if, and I was hoping this would have happened tonight, if they get AJ Lee involved in the storyline and there's a title defense between AJ and Becky Lynch. Outside of that, if they don't get AJ involved in Becky Lynch match, then it was a bad decision on both parts.
Yeah. Kevin?
Yeah, same, pretty much exactly what Brandon said. They should have given her a longer title run because obviously she's proved it. She's put in the work, the effort. She shows that she can fight. But it's also good because then we can hopefully get the match that we all want, which is the AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch IC title match.
Yep.
I'm hoping that's the reason they took it off Maxime Dupree. But
that's the only reason that makes sense.
Yeah, it's the only reason it makes sense. But again, it's WWE, and you don't know what they're doing.
Right.
It's a mystery, but we seem to like those mysteries when they come to WWE. Speaking of signings, I guess now that you can say free agency has started. You had Javon Evans, who is now a member of Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, it looks like Raw's gonna get a little bouncy. He's gonna bring a lot of hype and flair. I love this kid. Watched him, Kevin, you were there too. Watched him live.
Yep.
This guy is gonna be great. He'll definitely get some title runs. I don't, as of right now, I don't see a major title run like the world title or whatever, but I definitely see the IC title. I definitely see a tag title run. I definitely see, if you go to a SmackDown, gets the US title shot. I definitely see those in there. We'll see though, but definitely going to be a little bouncy now on Raw.
It definitely will. Kevin, you excited for Javon Evans?
Yeah, like Brandon said, we watched him take on Sheamus before his last time is now match against Gunther, Javon Evans.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave Sheamus a hell of a fight.
Oh yeah,
it was, man. If I could have said other people saw that match, that would have been a great, underrated match of the year match. That was.
Oh yeah, that definitely.
It was so good, and honestly, he'd be a perfect fit for like a United States champion. I think that'd be the perfect title to put on him because I think he could hold that for so long. But he's on Raw, so I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know if he's able to go after that or not. I'm pretty sure anybody can, right?
Well, maybe. But he'll definitely get some IC title shots.
Yeah, I think either the IC or the United States. I think the United States will look really good around his waist because just the matches you could put together with him for the United States is just man, you can get some good matches, some high flying, some good technician matches. It would be perfect. But yeah, overall great signing.
Mm-hmm. Definitely good. I think it's gonna help. Money. If anybody liked what went down with Unreal for season 1, their next season is going to start on January 20th. Anybody gonna watch?
I may too.
Huh?
I may watch a little bit. I'm not sure yet.
Kevin?
Yeah, my girlfriend, she watched the entire season and she liked every minute of it. So I know for a fact she's gonna watch season 2. I didn't watch much of the season at all. I mean, the only time I really watched it was the time they were talking about the Royal Rumble and who should win it. So that was when they were talking about Jey Uso losing to Gunther and then joining the Rumble. And the original thoughts was having CM Punk win it, and then someone brought up the idea of Jey Uso winning it, and I think it was too. I should have been in that room because I could have said the same thing they did. I was like, yeah, well, you just made Jey Uso lose his title, so he should definitely win the Rumble.
Yeah.
But that was the only thing I really watched in it. I know it got there was a lot of critics. I remember reading a lot about that. There was a lot of critics, a lot of people who didn't like it. But I didn't. It wasn't bad. I'd watch it.
I wouldn't mind it. Yeah. I don't think I've finished it. I don't know, but it was good from what I saw.
I ruined it for you?
No. No, you're good. We had a promo with the World Tag Team Champions, the Usos, and I guess not much really happened there.
Yeah, no, they just hyped up the crowd, hyped up that they're here to be a force to be reckoned with, and any tag team wants to step up, step up. So I know there's been a lot of rumors flying around. WrestleMania 42 is going to have the Hardys versus the Usos as the dream match. I don't know if I want to see that. I'm not going to not watch it, but I don't know. I don't think that's one of my top matches that I think that needs to be created.
No. At least not right now, I don't think, right?
Well, who knows?
Kevin, what do you think of the new
speaking of WrestleMania, me and my girlfriend were talking about maybe saving up to go to it. So that might be, that could be interesting. But other, on the side fact there, it, like I said last week when we were talking about our awards and stuff, and I was talking about the Usos. They're so much better as a tag team.
Yes.
They need to stop. They need to stop doing individual runs and stuff because, like I said, Jimmy Uso is he's just there. He's not even put in matches 90% of the time. He's just there.
Yeah.
And Jey Uso just, every time Jey Uso fights, it's Gunther pretty much. I'm like, dude, it's like it's like they don't know what to do when they're individual, wrestlers. When they're together, it's just a dynamic duo. It's nothing to beat.
I do kind of wish they'd go back to their roots though when they first started.
Yeah, with the face paint and everything.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be bad. Maybe they just don't want to go to that route anymore.
Oh, they probably don't, but
it'd be cool to see.
It wouldn't be bad. I think it would be a good change.
I think the WWE Universe would enjoy it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think so. You had a singles match between Lyra Valkyria and a returning Liv Morgan who is competing in her first match since returning, and Liv Morgan won it.
Yeah, I mean, this was a match that I really didn't think was going to be much, but it turned out to be a very entertaining match. Kind of figured Liv was going to win. Wasn't expecting Bayley to show up. That kind of was a little shocker, but even the sides got Roxanne out of there, but Liv still was able to get the victory. So Guess we're going to see some matches between them four down the road.
Yeah. Kevin?
Yeah, like Brandon said, you're definitely going to see some matches down the road between those four women. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good match. I had to watch highlights. Obviously, I couldn't catch the show. But yeah, overall, it was good match. Of course, they're gonna have Liv Morgan win. It's her first match back and everything, so it was predictable. But match is a match, and it's always good to watch.
Yeah. I thought it was a good match. It was good to see Liv Morgan back. And we'll see what happens with this in the Judgment Day. Next week, Raw is in Germany. So the start time on Netflix, and if you don't have time, you can watch it that day. But it will air live at 2 p.m. Central.
Okay.
So set your calendars or your alarms or something if you want to watch it live. And then we had our main event. It started really early. Many people thought that this is going to be where something big is going to happen. Who knows? But we had Bron Breaker versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. A good match. Very entertaining. But CM Punk retains.
Yeah, like you said, Chris, it started off early. Of course, like you said, everybody thought at the end was something big was going to happen, a return to somebody. Didn't happen. Once I realized, that the match was still going on and it was like 9:35 our time, I'm just like, okay, they can end it any time now. I was hoping Bron Breakker would have won. I understand why they kept it on CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely see Bron Breakker getting that title sooner than later. But it was a good match. Vision interfered. Ray and his little new group, with Penta and I think Dragon Lee was out there. They came out, so definitely going to see these guys keep battling. But Bron Breakker will get that title sooner than later.
Definitely will. Kevin, what do you think?
Yeah, that's the one match I actually got to watch. I caught that match. I liked the match overall. It was back and forth. I enjoyed pretty much every minute of that match. I liked the Penta, Rey Mysterio, and Dragon Lee coming to side with CM Punk. That was cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, I personally, and this could just be me, I don't think Breaker is going to get an opportunity at the championship because I think if he does win the championship, he's going to get interfered, or after the match, there's going to be returning Seth Rollins.
Oh, yeah.
I think Seth Rollins is going to either one, cost him every opportunity he gets, just like he cost CM Punk every chance he got. I think, to be honest, I think Seth Rollins might let bygones be bygones with CM Punk and let him get that championship run, and then Seth Rollins be the one to take it off him.
Yeah, I can see that. It could be definitely a triple threat match between the three, but we'll definitely see.
Because clearly Seth Rollins is healthy. He's over at the Vikings game commentating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
we
he's
did
clearly,
see that
he's
over
clearly
the
fine.
holiday. So
No brace or
another
nothing.
swerve. Who knows? I think it's a swerve, but that's just me.
No, he was hurt.
Oh, I know he was.
Yeah.
But it's fun to speculate on that.
Yep.
But we didn't see who we thought we would see, and maybe that's good. And
Yeah, I
He
think
is a, he
I
is a
don't think
free agent, though,
Y2J
right?
showing up. What's that?
He is a free agent, though. I just saw a post about that the other day, right?
Yeah, but there's some last minute things with AEW that came up after or right before Raw started. So
yeah, he's still on the AEW
yeah,
roster page.
yeah.
Okay. Hey, maybe he'll
But
come to MAW.
Yeah,
no,
maybe.
Get some what? Chris, we'll go see some Y2J for you. How about that?
Yeah.
Me and Brandon will.
but no, it was a good match, good night overall with with Raw. I think it's gonna be fun. Seeing what will happen in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Any New Year's resolution, or not New Year's, but anything you guys are hoping for in the new year?
Ah,
Alexa Bliss title run.
I figured you were gonna say that. For me, just get out, and make those special moments with my son, going to different events. We got two lined up already for MAW. Um, definitely try to get to Raw if it comes to town, SmackDown if it comes to town, TNA, all those. Just try to get out there because with the passing of that young lady Lily, it just shows you that time ain't guaranteed. So definitely get out there, get those moments, spend that time with family, friends, have good times. And just don't take life for granted.
Definitely, Kevin.
Outside of the Alexa Bliss title run hopes, yeah, I'm trying to better my health. I've had a lot of back issues from past injury that are affecting me pretty bad to this day. So I've started chiropractor. So I'm hoping to better my health. I'm changing the way I eat too as well. So we're gonna try to lose some weight and worry about the health. Stay active. Um, and other than that, just like Brandon said, hopefully catch some wrestling in Minnesota. Hopefully Raw, SmackDown. We're still planning on going to SummerSlam in at US Bank. Um, maybe going to WrestleMania as well if we can afford it. But yeah, other than that,
Which one?
what do you mean?
Oh,
Oh,
night
both.
one and night two.
Which WrestleMania?
Yeah, we're
No, I
talking
mean
about.
like
Oh,
Saudi, Vegas.
yeah, the one in Vegas.
Kevin will get kidnapped if he goes over to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I'll get kidnapped if I go over there.
Yeah. So
But no, mine is similar, but go to more wrestling events if possible, and try to do that, and just try to do other things. So
yeah.
different things. So that any other final thoughts?
Uh,
JP?
yeah. No, just keep checking us out. Tim is over in Italy doing his thing, so we won't have Rachel this week. We definitely will get back to it when he gets back to his hometown. But Primetime Blitz will have their playoff preview, the 2025 recap of our teams. We won't let the rookie talk because his Bears are the only team in the playoffs. But we'll definitely have our awards. We got a special guest lined up. Somebody I've been doing podcasts with, Bubba. So he's going to come join us, talk some football, and talk about what he does on his podcast. But definitely keep checking us out because we got a lot in store.
We do. It's going to be a fun, primetime blitz. We'll recap a little bit of 2025 regular season, talk about all the big moves and with head coaches and all of that, and get you set up for wild card weekend in the NFL. It's gonna be a fun episode, and we'll be back next week for Between the Ropes as 2026 for the wrestling promotions have begun. So with that, hope everyone has a good week, and we will see you next time for another edition of Between the Ropes. Have a great night, everybody.